Top of the hour, the story that we are picking up, where the Congress right now is facing a sensational charge of an FIR was registered against one of its leaders of being accused of smuggling liquor from Haryana to the national capital. A whiskey crate that was found in a car of the Congress leader, and that car that was being used for transportation of essential services. So basically, Niranjan, who is joining us, our editor from the Mumbai newsroom, will help us understand the FIR too that has been registered and the names of the Congress leaders that have also been mentioned in that FIR. Niranjan.
Well, I have the FIR, it's a copy with me, and we have the graphics of what was found. So essentially, the story is a Congress leader has been named caught bootlegging. It happened during a raid in the national capital. This Congress leader, whose car is also here seen on your screens, was bootlegging from Haryana to Delhi, was carrying a crate of whiskey, and he's been caught red-handed. And we have the details of the FIR with me. This happened at National Highway 8, Rajokari border in New Delhi. And I have the FIR here. In this FIR, Shravan Rao, Ramagadu Shravan Rao. Shravan Rao has been named, and in his car there was a crate of whiskey, 12 bottles of whiskey, and the police has named him in the FIR, Ramagadu Shravan Rao, and details are mentioned. And he was carrying a crate. Here it says, पता चले गाड़ी की तलाशी लेने पर गाड़ी पिछली सीट पर एक गत्ता पेटी मिली, जिसको खोलकर चेक करने पर उसमें 12 बॉटल Seagram's Imperial Blue Handpicked Grain Whiskey for sale in Haryana only. So essentially, this Congress leader, he was a top Congress leader. He's seen with Sonia Gandhi as well. He's a youth secretary. He's a secretary in the Congress's youth wing, a big name in the Congress. And of course, very close, believed to be close to the Gandhis as well, because he works in close proximity to the Gandhis. Now, there was an emergency. This is the most shocking part, Amita. There was an emergency pass that was used to bootleg. Emergency pass on the car. Why is an emergency pass used? An emergency pass is used for, for emergency services, to ensure that you help the poor, those who require help. Instead, you use the emergency pass to supply alcohol. Now, even the police has mentioned that this was perhaps part of a racket. So who was getting, who was getting this alcohol stash? Who was getting this crate of whiskey? Is the biggest question. Was the Youth Congress leader supplying this whiskey to somebody? Now, why did he have 12 bottles? Where was he smuggling it from? The car was coming in from Haryana. Where was the car headed? Yes. I think these are some of the questions, some of the valid questions that we will have to ask.
And how an essential service pass was misused by these Congress leaders, because if we know, when it comes to the states of Haryana and the national capital, the union territory, there has been no relaxation whatsoever. Even when it comes to the consumption of liquor, the liquor shops have been shut for a very long time. How did they get across the border to get that liquor, travel all the way to the national capital in a crate that is hidden in a car? And they must be knowing, Niranjan, because each and every car is being checked. Either for their essential pass, or this will be random checking that has been done.
Amita, it wasn't hidden. Yes. It was in the backseat of the car. It was not
the 12
hidden.
bottles that we are talking about that has been mentioned in this FIR.
Yeah, it was not hidden. It was in the backseat of the car. I think RP Singh of the BJP joining us on the phone line. RP Singh, this is a shocking instance of the emergency pass being misused, being abused to transport liquor by this top Congress leader.
Well, the congressmen are not understanding. The country is in great problem, and then they are misusing the leverage given to certain people for essential services, for essential materials. And if they do this, what will happen to people at large? I mean, tomorrow government, of course, more harsh on it and saying that we will not allow even essential services for a while. Then who will suffer? Is people going to suffer because of some congressman who thinks he's above law, and then he thinks he can misuse his power being a politician?
Well, absolutely. And the most shocking aspect is an emergency pass, and it was after a tip-off, and the raid was conducted, and 12 bottles of whiskey. Now, it's bizarre when the government, there's a guideline, there's an MHA guideline that says no sale of liquor will be allowed across the country till the 3rd of May. It's a government guideline, so you're not just flouting the guideline, you're transporting liquor. The government said no transportation or sale. Where did they get the liquor from in the first place? If they were bringing it from Haryana, speaks of a larger racket, RP Singh.
Well, I'm hopeful both the Haryana and Delhi government will, Delhi police and Haryana police will investigate the matter and reach to the bottom and try to pick up the right people, other people also are involved into it, because this might not be only one person. There will be many more of the Congress leaders who will be using this route or racket. So I'm hopeful that both the police will get deeper into it and find out the complete scandal. I mean, because this is like misusing the power one, and then also violating the law two.
Thank you for joining us with your thoughts on that, RP Singh. Let me go across also to Anuj joining us live. Anuj, Shravan Rao is not a small leader in the Congress party. We just looked him up. He's not a small leader in the Congress party. Will the party now break their silence on this?
Well, exactly, Niranjan, and that is something what we are waiting for. I just had word with some of the youth Congress leaders. They don't want to be quoted officially. But yes, at this point in time, they are saying that they are doing the investigation. They are internally doing the investigation that what exactly led this happen. Because this is out in open. The FIR has been already registered. The names are already there in FIR. And the liquor was found in the car. And that is being obviously told by the people who were arrested that they were bringing it from Haryana. So there are different sections under which they have been booked, and this is that they were doing smuggling of the liquor. On the other hand, if we talk about the permission is for one bottle. If you're carrying a bottle with you, or a liquor bottle with you, then too you have permission for one bottle, and that too need to be open. And on the other hand, this was 12 bottle what we have been told, which is written in the FIR. So that is something where we are seeing the illegalities. That is something where we are seeing the crime. So the Congress party is need to come out clear on the same. The top brasses rather, because need to understand the importance of the hour. These are not the normal days. The people, the country are seeing the lockdown, and everybody, the guidelines is clear for everyone. This is by the government of India. No sale of liquor till 3rd of May. So that is clear. And if you are violating the rule, if you are violating the law, then yes, this is crime. The Congress party involvement is there. The youth leaders' involvement, the name is there. So that is something which needs the clarification from the top brass of the Congress party also. That what exactly is the reason behind and what exactly has happened. Because the FIR is there and it's in public domain. So that is something what we are waiting for. Yes.
With those inputs, I'm handing it back to you now. For now, Amita will get you more details and we'll see what the Congress does about this. So far,
yes,
all of them tight-lipped. It's embarrassing, and it's the biggest mockery of the poor, using an emergency pass to claim that you're doing some human service and then bootlegging crates of whiskey. I think this is a big scandal. Let's see how the story progresses.
Of course, we will be following up with that story when it comes to more reactions coming in. But clearly, Anuj, the BJP right now is demanding clear-cut answers. Why there were essential passes that they believe that have been misused completely. There were car checks that were happening, and it is even more stricter when it comes to the borders. Haryana and the national capital border, there have been stricter checks, more vigilance. And how come this car that they believed, even by using an essential service pass, they will get a clear passage? Right now, the Delhi Excise Act that has been put against those charges that have been put against them, we'll see and wait for a Congress's official reaction on this story. Anuj, what more can you tell us, especially when it comes to the border areas we are talking about? Stricter action needs to be taken against such cars and services that we are provided, even at this time when they are being misused.
Well, Amita, we do understand what exactly is the situation on the ground level, at the border level. We have been reporting from almost every border. We are seeing how the strictness is there. But they were taking the shield of that particular pass, which is being used for the essential services. So they were shielding themselves behind the pass and were doing this illegal smuggling of the liquor. And that is something what we have been told by the FIR also, by the police department also, that yes, the bottles were found therein. This was around 12 bottles which was found in the car, and there were 2 people in the car who were there, and they belongs to Congress party. So that is something what we are understanding. Yes, they were knowing it about the fact that the Speaker's car, the essential services passes.
Okay, getting in some more breaking news and more responses to this. Let me go across to Meenakshi Lekhi of the BJP joining us now on the phone line. Meenakshi Lekhi, I have the FIR in front of me. It's in my hands right now. I'm going to read out what the FIR says. The FIR says that there was accused number 1 in this one, named in the FIR, Ramagadu Shravan Rao. Now, we did a background check on this Shravan Rao. He happens to be the NSUI Youth Secretary, and he was carrying a crate, and FIR also says on the back seat 12 bottles of whiskey from Haryana were being brought from Haryana, and they were doing this using an emergency pass, Meenakshi Lekhi.
It's terrible. I mean, I think one thing about Corona is the real character of people is showing. So the word should be alcoholic, synonymous with these two, because using the essential services pass to smuggle liquor from one state to another, even in normal days, is a crime, because there is duty involved and whatever can happen. And especially when Corona crisis is going on in the country, somebody can even think of all these things is appalling. I just don't understand how people's brains operate and how people behave in this manner, especially when it's a Congress party. That means the public leadership needs to rise above most wrongs rather than be indulging themselves in the wrongs. Criminal offense, I'm sure police will be taking strict action against these people.
Yeah, Meenakshi Lekhi, so far the Congress party is tight-lipped. In fact, they're embarrassed, and many leaders, speaking off record, not willing to go on record on this. Obviously, this is a big embarrassment. I think it's the biggest mockery of the poor. Using an emergency pass to move alcohol also speaks of a larger problem that we're facing here. Thank you for joining us, Meenakshi Lekhi. Let's see where the story goes. Amita, handing it back to you for now. A breaking story here on Republic TV. We've accessed the FIR. The FIR copy is only with Republic. We'll take a short break and we'll come back. Amita, I'm handing it back to you for now.
Yes, we'll be back after a short break. Many such BJP reactions also coming up, but the Congress party continues to remain tight-lipped over this issue. Big story, exclusive news break only on Republic. Stay tuned for the latest. We'll be